We got Nvidia, we got Google, a little Nvidia price target hike. Let's talk about that for a sec.
Well, Nvidia shares up about 0.5% right now and got another price target bump, this time from TD Cowen. It seems like every day we have a new price target hike for Nvidia to talk about. The analyst at TD Cowen raised his price target on Nvidia to 165 from 140. So, Nvidia's trading just around 130 right now, so about $35 upside. That was 28% upside from Friday's close. In terms of the analyst also, of course, reiterated his buy rating. He thinks that demand for AI systems, Blackwell and Hopper, will remain robust, saying one thing remains the same: fundamental strength at Nvidia. In fact, our checks continue to point to upside in data center as demand for Hopper Blackwell-based AI systems continues to exceed supply, saying overall we see a product roadmap indicating a relentless pace of innovation across all aspects of the AI compute stack. So TD Cowen also thinks Nvidia will beat Wall Street's estimates when it reports Q2 results on August 15th. Expects Nvidia will also raise its outlook thanks to that strong data center demand. So we heard similar sentiment from KeyBank last week when they were saying they expect upside to the results and to guidance, and said despite the fact that Blackwell is going to be released in the second half of 2024, they're not seeing any signs of a demand pause as demand for the H100 remains robust, and they continue to see rush orders. So very similar sentiment to what we heard from them. Nvidia shares up about 0.7% right now.
And there was also a commentary in a Financial Times article from someone that I've never heard of, but they're reporting on James Anderson, who apparently was an early investor in Tesla, Amazon. They had like a whole piece about how Nvidia is going to be worth $50 trillion. So that, we're in that state. That's where we're at for markets. The animal spirits are raging. $50 trillion in a decade. So, all right, that's usually when things start getting a little bit crazy, but okay. That's the vibe that's out there, the tone that's there.
If you thought the artificial intelligence revolution was nearing its peak, think again. In the world of tech, there's always a lot happening, and today we have something that will definitely catch your attention. The AI market leader, Nvidia, is set to report its fiscal Q2 earnings in August, and as the company takes a monumental leap forward, solidifying its dominance in the AI chip market, we have to talk about whether the stock is a buy or not right before earnings. So, stick around as we break it down and explain why now might be the perfect time to invest in Nvidia. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. But first, if you want to keep up with Nvidia's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates. Now, back to today's video.
If you're at all like me, you have an incredible need for some optimism right now. It's not just the political violence this past weekend that makes things feel dark, makes things feel grim. This whole election year has been a mess. Something that seems very much in sync with the tone of the country. But today I heard a different tone, a tone that made me feel that the end of the world is not on the table, and it comes from someone who'd know, someone whom I have tremendous respect for, not just as the chairman and CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest investment manager, but as the guy who may have the greatest knowledge base of anyone on Wall Street, and that's Larry Fink. Listen to what he had to say today about our markets.
We have the most dynamic capitalistic system in the world. We have great company. We have great ingenuity, great technology. Let it unbound, let it go, create great jobs, create opportunities, and we'll have a rising equity market that will really fuel this opportunity.
What a breath of fresh air. Fink's an optimist. He recognizes that we must encourage growth because without growth, our government will be overwhelmed by its debts. Business needs to be more unfettered, less regulated in order to generate that growth. When you look at the trillions of dollars in debt, he says we cannot tax our way out of this burden. The deficit is a huge lurking problem, but we can grow our way out of it, maybe with companies using the wonders of AI, interrogating the data, and making themselves more productive.
When you hear the name Nvidia, you might immediately think of video gaming graphics, their flashy GPUs, or maybe even their iconic green logo. But there's so much more to this tech giant than meets the eye. Nvidia's impact on the AI landscape is profound and far-reaching, making its stock absolutely worthy to own. There are many reasons why investors should be bullish on Nvidia stock ahead of earnings. For starters, Nvidia's newest Grace Blackwell superchips are setting industry standards, with prices ranging between $35,000 and $70,000 each. Yes, you heard that right. That's the cost for just one chip. It's jaw-dropping, but it also shows the immense value and capabilities these chips hold. Imagine a super microcomputer rack-scale AI server with 72 of these chips embedded. That's a whopping $5 million investment in just one server. Industry experts believe that, because of such advancements, even the largest tech titans like Microsoft, Alphabet, and Amazon are heavily investing in Nvidia's technology for their AI applications. This showcases the insane demand out there for Nvidia GPUs. In fact, in his most recent interview with Yahoo Finance, Jensen Huang confirmed this, saying that Nvidia is seeing too much demand and is trying to keep up when it comes to supply, even after Blackwell was announced. Also, amid the AI boom, Nvidia has struggled to come up with the supply to meet surging demand, and analysts have said they think there is already high demand for the new products and that Blackwell is likely sold out well into 2025. Now, let's talk numbers, as well as why the upcoming earnings report in August is Nvidia stock's biggest catalyst right now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Investocracy.
You were calling for, or are calling, you think a $6 trillion market cap for NVIDIA is possible?
Yeah, possible this year. And so
this year,
the reason is, yeah, by the end of the year. And here's my
hold on a second. So wait, NVIDIA is a $3.2 trillion company, and you see $6 trillion by the end of the year.
I could see this thing hitting up, between 200 and 250 per share by the end of this year. And so the reason is that in the last 5 years, if you go back and look at how the forward price earnings multiple has varied for Nvidia over that 5-year period. And this is true for most stocks. Like you go through these like ups and downs constantly, where there's this like euphoric reaction to maybe they have this like incredible earnings report, and suddenly like the company becomes very expensive on a go forward multiple basis. And then they have like a more humdrum earnings report, and suddenly those forward multiples drop dramatically. And despite the fact that obviously the stock price for Nvidia has like just been ripping for over a year now, since like May of 2023, and it's, I don't know, it tripled last year, and I think it's doubled this year. The forward multiple has actually been below the mean for most of that move. In other words, like on a go forward basis, it's almost like Wall Street has thought this was going to be like kind of like, okay, they had another good quarter, but now it's going to slow down significantly from here, and we're going to kind of go back to very low levels. That, in terms of like how they were pricing this thing, we're not, and yet like over that 5-year period, there have been 3 times where the forward multiple has gotten up to like, there was one time it was like 55 times forward earnings, one it was like 63 times forward earnings when it peaked out, and there was one time where it almost got to 70 times forward earnings, and then it kind of quickly receded. Most of the last year, this thing has been like one standard deviation below the mean on a go forward basis, and just right now, this thing is about 39 times forward earnings, 40 times, which puts it right at the mean. So my belief is that, we're now kind of going up again with Nvidia. And it would not surprise me that we see another strong earnings report this fall from Nvidia.
Nvidia's stock has witnessed an astonishing rise. Over the past year, shares have tripled, and over 3 years, they've grown nearly 6-fold. This isn't just a spike. This is a monumental climb that speaks volumes about Nvidia's market position and technological prowess. But aside from the company's impressive AI chips, what's even more impressive is Nvidia's Coda software platform. Coda allows developers to write applications specifically for Nvidia GPUs, making complex, mathematically intensive problems much easier and cost-efficient to solve. This isn't just a software stack. It's an ecosystem encompassing hundreds of libraries, SDKs, and APIs, covering everything from AI to scientific computing. Indeed, this kind of seamless integration is what sets NVIDIA apart from competitors like AMD and Intel. While AMD has its Rockium platform and Intel has its own solutions, there is no truly comparable offering to Coda yet, and this unique combination of cutting-edge hardware and unbeatable software is why NVIDIA continues to reign supreme in the AI chip market. Now, let's briefly look at NVIDIA's product evolution. The A100 GPU was a game-changer, excellent not just for gaming but for Bitcoin mining and AI processing. Then came the H100, featuring 80 billion transistors and offering up to 9 times faster AI training and 30 times faster AI inference speed than its predecessor. The H200 followed, doubling memory capacity and improving data transfer rates manifold. Now, enter the Grace Blackwell superchips. With 208 billion transistors, this marvel isn't just pushing boundaries, it's redefining them. It allows for real-time generative AI on trillion-parameter large language models at vastly reduced costs and energy consumption. These advancements make NVIDIA indispensable for many organizations venturing into AI. What does all of this mean for potential and current NVIDIA stock investors, especially as we approach the company's upcoming earnings report? Let's find out. But before we continue, if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay up to date on everything happening with NVIDIA. That said, back to the video.
Seismic event. I mean, adding $3 trillion in market cap inside of a year. I mean, it's a whole other company, like three or four other companies. So, I mean, do you see it like, is it the next earnings report? Is that seismic shock? I mean, where orders just really, almost like we saw last year, they came out and they blew everything away, reset guidance up, and just changed everybody's thinking on the name.
Well, step away from the market, the dollars of market cap that are being added, and just think of it from percentage terms. Like last year, NVIDIA basically tripled. Like I said, this year it's doubled, and I'm saying like it could double again between now and the end of the year. And so it's either going to be at the August earnings. The next earnings is in August, and then the one after that I think is November. So I'm not sure, but I think definitely we'll see evidence in the August report of initial appetite for the Blackwell chips, and we know that those things are priced higher than the H100s, H200s. So it might be then, or but certainly by November we'll have evidence of like the real operating results. And we'll find out if some of these bears on NVIDIA who are saying like, oh, well, people have just been double, triple ordering and it's going to come back to earth is right. Or we're going to find out that, well, there's still insatiable demand for these chips. And this thing isn't going to let up real soon. And the margins on Blackwell are even like better than what they've been delivering for the last year, which has already like blown our socks off. And so I think, again, like, I don't know if it's going to be August. I don't know if it's going to be November. But I think there is going to be this euphoric reaction, and if it goes back to a 65x forward earnings, you're there. You're there at like $250 per share.
Investors should understand that NVIDIA is a lot more than a chip maker. Their broader business strategy is nothing short of brilliant as the company seeks to grow its business through its own technological advancements and investments in other companies, as well as acquisitions. For instance, NVIDIA is a significant investor in Databricks and Figure AI, an enterprise focused on humanoid robotics. Additionally, the company's software business promises higher profit margins than their already profitable hardware sales. Analysts have pointed out that despite NVIDIA's rapid stock price increase, its price-to-earnings and price-to-free cash flow multiples are actually less expensive today than they were 12 months ago. This means that NVIDIA's earnings and cash flow are accelerating at an astonishing rate, and financially, NVIDIA is on rock-solid ground. They reported an impressive $26 billion in quarterly revenue in the last quarter, up 262% year over year. For the next quarter, they're eyeing a slight 2% increase, continuing their growth momentum. And if NVIDIA manages to deliver amazing earnings, the stock will definitely see a massive boost in August, just like it did in Q1, when the amazing earnings beat sent the stock above $1,000 for the first time. Wall Street analysts are bullish, expecting blockbuster earnings for quarters to come. In fact, there's a near consensus among 41 professional analysts who have a strong buy rating on Nvidia stock. With price targets significantly higher than the current trading levels, it's clear that now might be an excellent time to buy Nvidia shares. Nvidia continues to stand at the forefront of a technological revolution that's only just beginning to unfold. From their industry-leading hardware and groundbreaking software solutions to their excellent business strategy and robust financial health, Nvidia is more than just a good stock. It's an incredible opportunity. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are fields that are growing at breakneck speeds. Companies are diving headfirst into AI applications, constructing data centers, and investing billions in AI-powered semiconductor chips. As the world continues to lean heavily into AI technologies, Nvidia's stock isn't just performing well, it's soaring. And with no signs of slowing down, now is an opportune moment to invest. So don't let fear of missing out keep you on the sidelines. Instead, see this as a strategic entry point. But what do you think? What are your expectations for Nvidia? How will the Blackwell chips affect their market? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you would like to know more about the latest updates about Nvidia and what it's been up to, then go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.